Well, this new 2008 is clearly a Peugeot.
Indeed, this new 2008 integrates all the new aesthetic codes of the brand. It was for sure part of the design brief and the design intention. Starts by those quite impressive claws that we have introduced in the recent new 508. By the past, we used to develop this DNA on the rear for cars. On the front, it's quite new. It will be one of the markers of the new Peugeot generation. What is significant on the 2008 is that we will have this signature for all the levels. It's not only dedicated to the upper versions. It was important for us to do that to translate the upmarket move of this car. For the GT version, we will have a specification in the headlamps, the headlamp by night, when we will introduce for the first time at Peugeot the three cloves in the low beam function. So we split the low beam function in three to recreate those three cloves that will be an answer to the cloves that we have in the bumper that will give to the GT version a very specific and unique signature by night.
Moreover, the lighting signature is the whole front end that has changed.
We have quite reinvented the way we design the front of the car to give more stance, to reinforce the SUV feeling. The front grille is wider than it was before. We integrate those vertical trim pattern, a little bit smoky, that come in continuity, give a verticality perception, which is quite interesting for us in terms of SUV feeling. But the main point is the fact that we introduce the body color in the front grille. Starting from the earlier version, it gives a lot of modernity and it's also reinforced the global strength because everything is in the same volume, in fact.
And we actually get a glimpse of the new Peugeot coat of arms.
This coat of arms is now the symbol of the brand, the modernity. And as well, we will decline this modernity in all the lettering using a new typography, lighter, more modern to sign the car.
Okay, let's now go at the back of the car because I have the impression this version is actually wider.
It's just an impression, a visual effect, because the dimensions of the car have never changed at all. It's due to the new design of the rear lamps, because it's a new interpretation of the claws. We are not in a vertical configuration anymore, an horizontal one, split in two with those very thin and technological elements. We improve this effect with the Sandel lettering that now extends across the entire width of the car. So when you combine all those elements, it's true that the global stance of the car seems wider even if the dimensions are the same.
Okay, let's now jump inside the car. So Pierre-Paul, tell me how you worked on the interior of this car.
New 2008 obviously keeps its very specific high cockpit dedicated to ergonomics and driving pleasure. But we have improved this high cockpit, integrating a new digital 10 inches cluster for the earlier version to allow the driver to choose the configuration regarding his preferences. For the GT version, we had the 3D effect.
Talking about the digital displays, I have the impression that the central screen of the iCockpit is much bigger.
It is for all the 2008. We have replaced the 7 inches central screen by a 10 inches version with a better visibility, a better fluidity to improve all the commands and to use it as a smartphone. This center screen is a huge improvement in terms of global quality. On the 2008.
I asked Marion to join us to talk about the new generation of connected systems. So Marion, what about those new connected systems?
From higher trim level, now we have the Peugeot iConnect, which is standard. It offers full connectivity with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto mirroring. We have the new smartphone charger, which is more powerful with 15 watts instead of 5, and it's still super practical.
I love it.
And what is new also is that on all levels of the car, we can have access to the Peugeot iConnect Advanced, which have a Peugeot Connect navigation with TomTom system. It can be updated over the air, and you can also drive the system with the OK Peugeot.
I've always dreamt to talk to my car. Okay, Peugeot, take me to the ocean. The Peugeot E-2008 is the most selling all-electric on his segment in Europe. I guess that must have been a big challenge for you.
You're right, Sandy, but I think we have risen up to the challenge as we have managed to build an E-2008 that is both more powerful and more efficient.
So electrified, that means electric and hybrid.
That's true. Indeed, it can be electric or hybrid also. Alongside the new E-2008, for example, we will be offering a 2008 with the new Peugeot hybrid 48-volt engine from the beginning of 2024. It allows a saving of consumption up to 15%. And in urban areas, you can even drive in zero-emission electric mode 0.5% of your time.